If you've been with me on this channel for a while, then you know that I've conducted a series of interviews with sales pros. I've done these long form interviews to give you insights, ideas, and techniques from veteran professionals in the world of sales. Now, this clip is a selected question and answer from one of those past interviews. And it's a point that I want to highlight to help you to gain a new idea or new technique that you can apply to be more successful in sales. If you've watched the whole interview, this will reinforce a key point. If you haven't, then I hope it whets your appetite to go back to the list of videos on my channel and find the full interview and watch it. Enjoy this tip. This idea of time management is all over the internet, but you have a different thought on that. Why can't you manage time?
Well, it's a great question. And I remember many years ago, and I will answer it, but I'll give you the long-winded version to start off with. Many years ago, my first coach was Bob Proctor. Probably you and most people watching and listening today know who Bob was.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we lost him a little earlier this year. But one of the things he said to me, and for generations, and you're right, this is everywhere, we've been taught, and there are coaches and consultants and so-called experts who talk about time management. But here's a reality. And if you really think about it from a logical standpoint, you can't manage time. You get all there is. This thing doesn't stop. Okay. So what it really comes down to, and it's a very simple approach. I was a farm kid growing up. I'm a simple guy. Is that approach that what are those things you're doing in the time that you're blessed with? We're given a certain amount of time every day, every week, every month, and in a lifetime. What are you doing from a high leverage activity standpoint? What are those things that are moving you in the direction of your goal or objective? Productivity is defined this way: any action, step, or activity that moves you in the direction of your goal or objective. The challenge for most of us, and especially those of us who have maybe committed to being entrepreneurs, is we get busy. Busy doesn't equal productive. Okay, and that's a point. Busy doesn't equal productive. So we need to determine what are those high leverage activities, those things that we should be doing, not that quote unquote need to be done. There are a lot of things that need to be done. That doesn't mean you should be the one doing them. Okay, so this is where we get really serious and say, okay, if you're going to grow your business, if you're going to scale your business, if you're going to achieve financial independence, if you're going to achieve freedom, freedom, by the way, is defined in 3 ways: the ability to do what you want, when you want, and with whom. That's everything, right? But it all comes down to how we structure this. So when we understand that we're only gifted a certain amount of time, and it's up to us to be able to determine what those high leverage or highly productive activities are, those things that are going to generate the results we want, that then should behoove us, I would hope, to be able to focus in and execute on those.
What I'm getting out of your answer is really it's more a matter of what we direct our focus towards.
Yeah, so when I work with people, I'm a little different. There are lots of people out there that say I'm a marketing coach, I'm a life coach, I'm a business coach. Well, there's hundreds of modalities. And I want to share something. I've been doing this for a long time. We've worked with almost 12,000 clients now, I think. And here's the interesting part in all this is it's not about one area, one modality. It's about a holistic approach. I could be the best salesperson in the world. That doesn't mean I have anyone to sell to. I could be the best marketer in the world, but if I can't sell to anyone, I'm still dead in the water. I can have all the knowledge, skill, and experience around what goes on in that 6 inches between your ears. But if I don't know how to take that and apply it in the right way, I am not going to benefit anyone. So it's about coming at this. Mindset is important. Marketing is important. Sales is important. Business structure and process are important. All of these are important. In order for you to be truly successful at a high level, you have to be able to attain skills in all of those areas. It's not daunting. It's just about looking at it from a different perspective. You already have a lifetime of knowledge, skill, education, and experience, all of which is extremely valuable. And when we take that additional aspect and say, okay, now we need to focus on what's important. What are those high leverage things you need to be engaged in? The coaching process is not about here's a piece of paper, a CD, a link, a login for something. Coaching is about walking hand in hand and side by side with someone who's been there, who can help you avoid potholes and collapse timeframes. And if we start to understand that that's the process, that's what takes us from where we are to where we want to go, and that none of us can do it alone. None of us. I've had a coach for 28 years, started with Bob Proctor. He wrote the foreword to my first book, understanding that we need to be able to do something with somebody who is committed to us, who will hold our feet to the fire, and who understands that when we go through the process, we determine what our destination is, when we get clear on where we're going, and then we reverse engineer that. And people say, well, how do I do that? Well, that's part of the process. Once I know what I have to be doing every year, month, week, day, well, and for guys like me, maybe every hour, then I can start executing on that, and I'm assured of achieving what that initial predetermined objective was or is.